Preparing to live stream the webinar. Hold on. And then I'm going to hit record here. I'm going to shut my
just so you
camera.
know too, now that I've been working in that basement, I'm going to have it set up down there so it looks really kind of
Good.
professional up behind me. I might put some books back there.
Cool.
Like that.
All right, I'm going to hit record here. And I'm going to shut off my camera.
Hey, before you go, hey, just so I was going to say too. So this will allow me to do the. This will allow me to use the whiteboard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, you are good to go.
Okay, and what's that whiteboard under, John?
If you go to share screen, the little thing next to share screen, and you can do it there, I believe, for you.
Yep, that's where it is. Okay, got it. 3, 2. Hi, welcome everyone. My name is Eric Franke. A lot of people call me Fish. I'm here this morning to talk to you about an opportunity in the financial services realm. Now, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now, and I hope everyone is safe and happy and doing their own thing. I hope you're covering your mouth, and I hope that you're not going out too much. You're practicing your social distancing, and make sure you're washing those hands. All the things they're telling us to do. And hopefully, if we stay focused, this will be over before we know it. One of the things, a lot of people are doing, I've even heard, which didn't happen the first week, but I've heard over this last week that a lot of people are getting bored. Now, I hope you are still working. I hope you are still making some money. But right now, we have a unique opportunity, and we actually have a unique opportunity in our business. This is a time where, maybe if you're looking for something different, you can learn a new skill set. Maybe you've been looking for the opportunity to become your own boss, or maybe you would just like to be part of a team who would be looking to right a wrong, which the wrong is quite often in the financial services field, where people are often they're sold products instead of just taught about how money works. So one of the things that we like to talk first, you may be asking yourself, maybe, but is it me? Who are you looking for? So the type of people that we're looking for we're looking for people who are teachers, people who are coaches, people who are enthusiastic, have a lot of energy, people that are leaders. Maybe, maybe that describes you and you say, I don't know a lot about finance, but we can teach you that stuff. What we can't teach is that personality or that leadership that you display. Also, some people might be just looking to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. Or, along the other side, like we talked in the beginning, maybe people are looking for a complete career change. I want to kind of tell you, and that's actually what I was looking for. At first, I was looking to make a little bit extra money. And then what happened was I was looking for a career change. Things were going in the right direction. I realized that I really liked it. It was something that kind of surprised me. So I want to tell you a little bit about my story and how I started. I actually started in the service industry, where I worked every job in the service industry possible. Everything from delivering pizzas to washing the dishes to waiting tables, to actually being a singing waiter, to bar backing, bartending, cleaning, whatever I could do. I just worked in that service industry. And then around the age of 28, I met a woman, and we got married, and we had one child, and then we had a second. And really, I thought maybe it was time for me to move out of that industry. As you know, it's not very conducive, or maybe you don't know, but it's not real conducive to married life sometimes, because, you're looking, the hours, you're looking at strange hours where you're going in sometimes at 4 o'clock at night. You're working until 2 in the morning. You want to sleep during the day. And it's definitely not kid hours, and it's not always best for a relationship either. So I was looking for something a little bit different. I ended up going out and getting a real job, working for someone else where I had benefits and a salary and all those things. But what I would realize was I was really trading my freedom for money. I was working for someone else. I was working the hours they told me. I was doing the things they wanted me to do. I was doing it all in their schedule. And that just didn't really, work for me so much. So my wife, who's a graphic designer, had a small business, and we decided that we were going to really try to build her business. Now, this was around year 2000 and let's see, right around 2001, 2002-ish time. So what happened was we saved our money and we saved our money and we were able to get it under control. And I actually quit my job, and then I went to work for her, and we did really well. We were building up and building up and building up. We got ourselves to a place we actually at one point had 7 employees, and there was the 2 of us, and we had things rolling. Well, I don't know, if you're familiar with any type of news or the economy, but in 2007, 2008, we got hit really, really hard. Now, my wife's and my business was mostly done through, we worked with a lot of architects, a lot of engineers, and a lot of contractors. And that was one of the industries that got hit hardest through the mortgage crisis. So what we were bringing in really cut down to, I don't know, a fifth of what it was before. And having that many employees, we were laying people off. We were not replacing people when they left. And the ball kind of fell on our shoulders. We went through our savings. We went through everything that we had to try to keep people around as long as we could. And it just wasn't working. So my wife basically had to turn it back into, I guess it would be a glorified type of freelance situation. And for myself, I had to go out and find more money to pay the bills. We had built up a big lifestyle. We did and we thought that we had done everything we were supposed to do. We got married, we had kids, we bought a house, we bought some investment properties, we put in the 529 plans for the kids' college savings. We opened IRAs, Roth IRAs for savings for ourselves. We did all the things we thought we were supposed to do. But the truth is, we just never knew how it worked because no one took the time to explain it to us. So you see, life and money, they just don't come with an instruction manual, and no one had ever taught us those things. So I had to figure it out. I met a really nice gentleman who took some time, and he showed me how a lot of these things work. And it turns out it wasn't quite as complicated as I thought it was. Matter of fact, it was fairly simple if you follow some basic rules. So what I decided I would do is I would go out and I would take this skill set and I would use it to share with other people. And I would build a team of people who want to do the same exact thing. So that's what we're here to do. And that's what this opportunity is. And that's what we're talking about. And my rules with that are, if I can teach this to other people and more people are better off and I can make money doing it, it's really, really, it's really beneficial to everyone. And that makes me happy also. I hope it will to you too. So what I'm going to do is we do this through some simple concepts, and I'm going to review a couple of these right now. And two of the ones I want to talk to you about, let's go and pull up our screen here and see how this is working. Whiteboard. All right. So this is our first time doing this today. We're just going to kind of show you. So the first thing I want to talk about is a 3-bucket system. So this. Pardon my drawing here. Those are our 3 buckets that we're looking at. Now, when we talk about the 3-bucket system, what is that, you might ask, or what are those 3 buckets? Let's label them, and then we have to talk about what they are. Here's an emergency fund. Here's short-term money. And here's long-term money, or sometimes we'll call this retirement. So if you want to have a really balanced life and you want to look towards the future and you want to make sure that you're taking care of the day also, you're going to have these 3 buckets. So let's talk a little bit about what these 3 buckets are. First, we'll call bucket number 1 the emergency fund. Now, this is your reserve fund. See, this is in the event that there's an unseen emergency, a job loss, or an unexpected expenditure. A good rule of thumb for this bucket is, set a goal of having 3 to 6 months salary in this fund. Now you can start off, maybe you want to work for $1,000 or something like that, but this is really 3 to 6 months of money. So we don't want to put that money in the market because it's really important that we keep that around. Now we're going to look at short-term savings. Now this account, this is for money that you set aside for expenses you want to purchase within a short time frame. An example of this might be a vacation. Maybe you're looking at getting a new computer, or you're really looking at just doing something with the family, maybe something fun, or something for yourself if you don't have a family. So that'll be bucket number 2. Now for bucket number 3, this is the money that we help get the other buckets set up, but this is something an area where we can really help you. So this is where you invest your savings. It's college fund and other long-range savings. They're going to go into this bucket. See, because these savings have more of a long-term time horizon, you can use investment vehicles with potential higher rates of return, such as equity mutual funds. Those are things that we're going to look at that are going to go into that 3 bucket. Once again, that's retirement. Maybe your IRAs, your Roth IRAs, your 401ks, your 403bs, your 529 plans, things that are down the road. So let's see here. So those are the 3 buckets. So if you want to, if you have any questions, be sure to let me know about those. So clear that out. The second concept that I want to kind of talk to you about is something called the high cost of waiting. Now, I don't know, of course, what age people are that are on here, but I want to kind of give you a description and show you a little bit of what happens with the high cost of waiting. So the high cost of waiting, let's say that we're taking $100 a month, and we're averaging somewhere around 9% return on this money, 9% return. And we want to start putting away $100 a month. We want to know how much are we going to have at retirement. So let's say we start at age 25, and let's call retirement for this argument 67. Okay, so let's look at age 25. Let's go one more year to age 26. Let's look at 5 years from 25, you'd be 30. And let's wait another 10, and we see it would be 40. So let's say you're putting away $100 every month, and you're averaging a 9% rate of return. So how much money does that mean we're going to have when we're 67? And this will be all the way down. So if we do that times 100 a month at 9%, that's going to mean that we have over $500,000. It's actually 566. We're going to round that down a little bit. We do the same thing, but we wait 1 year. We just wait 1 year to do that. We will have 517,000. So waiting 1 year, that's $1,200, because you figure $100 a month times 12. Just waiting 1 year is going to cost us almost $50,000 in retirement money. So let's say we wait, we always have stuff to do. We want to take care of some other things first, or maybe we want to spend a little bit more of our money. So let's say we wait 5 years to start. When we go to retire at age 67, that means we will have $357,000. That's a difference of over $200,000 from just waiting 5 years. It's unbelievable. So let's say that we do what a lot of people do. They say, I'm not even thinking about retirement yet. I got some time. It's going to be, I'm going to be of 27 years. I'll wait till I'm 40 to put that $100 a month in. If you do that, you'll end up with $137,000. Now that's a difference of over $420,000 for waiting 15 years. Now, I don't know if that's one of the things that really hit me hard. You see, we were about 30 years old when we really started looking at this. And now, of course, you can put more money in, but you would have to put a lot more money in every month to, even if you're this age, trying to come close to here. So I hope that hit you, and it really made a little bit of sense to you, and you kind of see the difference in waiting so long. So let's go back here. Let's talk. I'm just learning this technology here a little bit. There we go. All right, so now that's great, and it's great to know those tricks and those little secrets, and absolutely me or people on my team can teach those to you. But a lot of time people are asking, can I do this? You can. And the other thing they're asking is there a need for what we do? So since we have a white screen up, I will tell you, there's a major need for exactly what we do. And I've been always told in business, if you want to have a successful business or you want to make money, is to find a need and fill it. That's one of the things that's going on right now. Now, I know with this whole Corona thing going on, so many restaurants and bars are all shut down. But yesterday, for dinner, from one of my favorite restaurants, there's a little place in Ambler, Pennsylvania called El Limon, which is a Mexican-style restaurant. It's kind of a Tex-Mexy type of place. Great food, just really traditional. It's awesome. And so I was like, oh man, I wish El Limon. And I thought about it for a second. So I went on and I looked at DoorDash, and I looked at which is getting more business than ever, DoorDash. I looked at Grubhub and places like that. And we found it on DoorDash, and we delivered it. Well, when the guy came and delivered it, he was doing the full thing. He had his gloves on, he had his mask on, and he brought it right to the house. Well, it's crazy. He was telling me that Saturday he worked for 14 hours straight and couldn't stop. And why is that? That's because there's a need. He found a need and he filled it. He told me that he's typically a bartender, and he's looking to actually make some more money while he was doing it. So he found a need and filled it. And I talked to him a little bit about what we do, and we got to get his number, and we're going to talk a little bit more too. But is there a need for what we do? Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you why. Because right now we're approaching a very strange time in our country. Aside from the Corona stuff, we're approaching a strange time where the baby boomers are getting older and passing. And what's happening is the largest generation in history is coming over, and that is the millennials. Now, the millennials are going to be receiving the largest transference of wealth. What does that mean? That means with these baby boomers dying off, there's a lot of money, this generational money is being passed down. And if we want to help people, we want people to be responsible, we need to teach them, how to best put that money away so they can create some generational income also. But is there a need for what we do? Let's talk about financial advisors. So right now in our country, if we look at lawyers, let's look at, when we think of success, we think of lawyers, we think of doctors, and we think of financial people. Now, there's a lot of other areas that's very successful also, but let's look at those numbers themselves. So right now in our country, there are over 1,338,000 lawyers. Now, we could use some more doctors, I know that, but there's actually, believe it or not, over 875,000 doctors. So financial advisors, the last check, there's actually a little bit under 300,000, and 42% of those are going to be retiring in the next 5 to 10 years. So is there a need for what we do? Absolutely. And is there an opportunity to have success doing it? Absolutely. So I hope this was helpful. You can click on the link below. You can reach back out to us. We would love to hear your opinions. We'd love to get your feedback, and I would love to talk to you a little bit more about it. I really, really, really thank you for your time. I hope you're doing well, and have a great day. Stay clean and safe out there. Take care.